Hi, and welcome to this vlog. I'm still trying to learn how to configure this thing. I haven't used it as much as I had wanted to, but I suppose it'll just have to do. In the last week here, since the last vlog, a few things have happened, and despite it having been rainy all the time, I've had quite a bit to do. Det har hänt en del saker nu i veckan här, och trots att det har regnat så pass mycket så har jag ändå haft saker och ting att göra, och att jag måste färdigställa. Since I didn't get a response on whether or not I'm going to do this completely in English or not, I suppose I will keep switching from English to Swedish for the time being. Det kan ju vara enklare om jag hade fortsatt på engelska, så hade ni fått köra på CC-översättning till svenska istället. Alltså automattext. Det blir ju inte perfekt, men man fattar ändå vad vitsen är med det hela. Det där CC, det blir så jäkla knasigt när man inte har ett språk som rullar på hela tiden. The CC translator becomes so weird when one doesn't have a translator that is constantly keeping up with the language switches. And I saw something. I've been watching a thing or two on YouTube here that gives me a little bit of a headache. This is not only an American problem that I see, it is also pretty obvious that it is an international thing, and in Russia. Here in Sweden, it is compulsory to wear the seat belt of the car, and what I see in these movies and videos from USA, Russia, and so on, is how people use the seat belts. I know this is a nagging problem, but I'm going to take it up anyway. And it's mainly girls and women that are doing the wrong thing because it might be uncomfortable for the breasts or the tits, if you like. Jag ska ta upp det här med säkerhetsbältena. Jag har sett några videor på YouTube om bältesanvändningen i bilar ifrån USA, Ryssland och ett par andra länder. Och det ger mig lite huvudbry, för att det är inte, används inte på ett säkert sätt. Och det är framförallt kvinnor som får problem med att deras byst eller bröst inte ska ha bältet på sig på rätt sätt. Jag ska ta det här på engelska framförallt, eftersom det är de som det omfattar som har det språkbehovet. Ni svenskar vet ju att man måste ha säkerhetsbältet på sig som går så här. Och det är som ingenting mer med det. Så att jag vet att det används mer eller mindre rätt här i Sverige. As far as this with the seatbelt is concerned, I'm going to take it all in English, because It is a compulsory thing in Sweden, and it is also taught in the driver's schools from the beginning, and the parents then in their turn teach their children to use the seatbelt the right way. And I cannot understand how people wear the seatbelts, that it is meant to be that the seatbelt goes across like this, or like this, depending on where you sit in the car, of course. And it just doesn't seem like people understand that if you don't wear the seatbelt the right way, let's see, I could do a kind of compensation for the seatbelt thing, since I don't have one to demonstrate with. If you wear the seatbelt like this, as it is supposed to be, then you will get a good stop if anything happens with the car. It'll stop. But if you wear the seatbelt down here, you will bypass the belt and still hit the windscreen or the dashboard, and that's the same thing goes for if the belt is this way, like this. You have to wear the belt across the chest, and for you girls, it's supposed to go between the breasts. Even if it is uncomfortable at first, you learn to live with it, because if you want to survive, this is the way you have to wear the belt, and there is just no discussion about it. Because a belt that is worn like this will mean that you bypass it, and you will hit the dashboard, and you will hit the windscreen, or in the worst case scenario, you will even be tossed out of the car. So in the future, for your own safety's sake, wear the belt like this. That's what they are there for, to protect you and to stop you. Because here, it provides a stop. And it doesn't do that here. Or that you put the belt down here, like this. You will break your arm, it'll break your face, it'll break your chest, and then your breasts won't have anything to do with you for the rest of your life. You might even lose them in the accident. I cannot see why it is so difficult for you to realize that. For goodness sake, girls, wear the belt this way. It's what it's made for, and it's also what it's meant for. And in my personal opinion, they should even have belts this way in airplanes, and airbags in the seats in front of each passenger. But that's only my opinion. And in the world of nowadays, that doesn't seem to be much to speak about. As for what is coming this week, this week I'll only be able to do one vlog, and that is because I have a fully booked week from Tuesday until Thursday night, and it is earliest on Friday this coming week I will be able to do a vlog again, and I hope that by then things will have calmed down a bit, so that I can even take and make a journey a little bit further south than what I am right now. I have been forced to stay in the region for a spell due to the circumstances that are out of my control. Jag kommer inte kunna göra så många vloggar eller bloggar för den delen den här veckan. Jag har fullbokat från tisdag morgon tills på torsdag natt, och då kommer jag nog vara för slut för att överhuvudtaget sätta mig vid datorn och göra någon vlogg eller sitta och skriva någon blogg, så ni får väl överleva den här veckan utan. Men jag ska nu övergå till vad de kallar för matlagning, inte här på vloggen, men i köket, så att jag får i mig någonting i den här stora kistan här. Jag känner mig otroligt fet, men det har inte med det att göra, utan jag är av normalvikt nu. Jag är nere i 86 kilo. Jag har varit uppe i 92, 95, 96 kilo, så att jag har lite arbete kvar, men det kommer jag ha ordnat innan nästa sommar i alla fall, hoppas jag. Det blir att återuppta träningen återigen. I will now move on to cooking food, not here on the vlog, in the kitchen, so I can put something into this bubble belly that I have, but it's not as big as it actually may look. It's just how I'm sitting that is giving me a little bit of a headache. I will start training again if just things go the right way as expected during these next 3 days, and then hopefully by next summer I will be back in shape again, and with all the muscles in the right place, and also certain levels of expansion have like pulled back to where they are supposed to be. Well, I hope that even though this vlog was not much of a contender for expansion of the interest areas, I just hope that you take it to heart what I have said about the seat belts in the car, and I hope you have a continued nice weekend, and I will be doing a blog posting tomorrow on my blog, and just give me a second here. And you can find that blog posting on this address, which is there my blog, and you can find me on Instagram, where I have most of my photographs and so on. So I hope you have a continued nice weekend, and see you later on this coming week. After that, I hope the vlogs will be a little bit more often, and also my postings on my blog. At one stage I was actually doing 2 blog postings a day, but things have kind of changed. Ni kan hitta mig på isdraken.blog.se eller @ice2dragon på Instagram. För stunden så delar jag inte ut min Facebook. Det har blivit så mycket tjafs kring om det, så att jag ska hålla den för mig själv ett tag. Hur som helst så hoppas jag att ni har en fortsatt trevlig helg, och vi ses i slutet på kommande vecka.